Alright, hello everyone, welcome to New Horizons Race League Division 1, round 18 of the season. We're in Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. A little bit lacklustre turnout today, but it was well informed of coincidentally all the drivers having real life issues taking over. Just hoping everyone can try and keep the numbers up for next week when we head to Kota. No gaming as of yet either, so you're just going to have to put up with me for the time being. Apologies about the late stream start as well. I've just had a small injury prior to the lobby being told to ready up. But at this moment in time, it's Cameron Dowd's on pole position with 138.2, and I think that is almost about what you're going to get for the perfect lap around here, considering I think, as you can see, we do have the rain on the circuit. Not particularly enjoyable. I think Suzuka's absolutely horrific in the wet, but it's a completely different challenge in itself. It does eliminate DRS, but it doesn't really change it a lot, if I'm honest. Like, it's not like you really gain that much down the pit straight anyway, apart from a helping hand into turn 1. But apart from that, it's going to be a good race, more so down to the talent of all the drivers. I'm just trying to find someone who's actually on a flying lap, as Jamie back again, just with one off. I'm glad to see that, mate. I hope you have a good race. Still P3, considering he was told very last minute. I think he's already done quite well. Leading the second row of the grid. I'm on board with James Killer for a lap though. See how well the AlphaTauri gets hooked up through the first sector. Stable enough. Got traffic for George. George kindly moving out of the way. Jim's really hesitant coming up through turn 7. Oh, Jim Rosh traffic. You're 7,000ths up, go on mate, just keep pushing. Even half a tenth will put you at one position. See the really small rapid movements in the steering wheel is not confident at all with the conditions, because we're barely able to stay on the circuit. Not taking the advantage of a toe, what we probably need one around here, chucking it into 130R. It was a good line. Turned in a little bit earlier, but don't know how the car would react to that, the track conditions. And he comes to Alliance on 40.6. That does put him P5 ahead of King David by quite some margin as the AlphaTauri. Oh yeah, it's almost time for a race. I think Colin's having a moment coming out of the coming out of 130R. So Cameron Dowds goes even quicker with a 138 flat. Really want to run board with the McLaren of Taze Leroy. There's another car off. Oh, that's Cameron pulling over to one side. He's done well to try and negotiate the traffic. Just coming up to the hairpin, braking a hell of a lot earlier. You almost need to brake just before that little kink. So if you do it afterwards or you go through it, you can really unsettle the car. Coming up through Spoon Curve now, how Brave does going on the entry. By the looks of it, that McLaren looks like it can tackle the curbs very well. I'd say it's only half a second. It's still a huge deficit to find. Powering down now towards 130R. At that half second he has found. He needs to carry the moment through the car trying to fight him through 130R, and Jamie has actually gone pole with 137.9. I think if Nhrl can nail the exit out of the final corner, hugs the inside wall, that's fastest line, and it is, that's pole. Pole position for Taze Leroy. What's the actual deficit? Oh my god, I'm DJ. DJ trying to make the most of a really good situation with his championship leading teammate not being available today. I don't know if you're in the comments section at all, Liam, but if you are, say hi. I'll have to chase up the comments as they're loading into the race, but yeah. I would say there wasn't a lot in it between Cameron and DJ, but there was. I don't think it's not going to be an easy race at all for MDJ, and it will be more so down to the conditions as King David goes P5 in the Alfa Romeo. I think we're just waiting on Jamie to either retire his car or for him to cross the line again. Jamie, if you're seeing this, mate, you're the only car running on track, you are free to retire the car. Six of you watching, thank you for making me really nervous. Yeah, cheers, Jamie. Hopefully that was a fairly clean quali, and it was, barring a few DNFs. Anyway, your top three then. Taze Leroy, pole position for McLaren. Jamie on his one-off return to Williams, barely half a tenth separating them. Cameron Dowd's only a tenth down in P3, starting with AlphaTauri. I think even with 12 drivers, we should be in for a half-decent race. And I think Singapore was going to be difficult, and it was, but there was still... It wasn't a complete ball fest. I mean, we still had no guarantees of the top three, and even that went right down to the wire and penalties. But I don't think Japan, you'll be seeing that many track limit penalties today, just because it's a matter of runoff. Yeah, you make a mistake around here, screw the 3, 5, however many penalty seconds for track limits. It will all be down to how many people make mistakes. You could lose time, back end stepping out, or even worse, you're going to go off the track and cause a DNF. Plenty of corners around the circuit for that to be a possibility. Just going to try and head on to the stream comment section. Oh, Reservoir, hello. Reservoir, you could have made it, mate. I hear a very roughly headset can only mean Gamey's arrived.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, how are you?
About 20 minutes ago I was actually quite optimistic, but now after I hurt my... It's not even my leg, it's my ankle. It's not pleasant. I'll send you enough invites anyway, so you can, like, you know, the sooner you get in the better. Oh, you see him drifting already on the formation lap going through turn 1. Yeah, it's with wet tyres, only really going to be 50% race distance. At 13-14, pretty easy going for the guys on strategy. The full grid rundown then. I said Leroy pole position for McLaren ahead of Jamie on his one-off return for Williams, starting P2. Cameron Dowd's P3 for AlphaTauri, and you've got MDJ P2 in the Drivers' Championship, P4 trying to make the most of his teammate not being here today. It's going to have a not very easy competition behind him. King David's not exactly a pushover, starting P5 for Alfa Romeo. Then Jay Marsh, probably, hopefully for his sake, king of the midfield today. P6 with the Mercedes driver ahead of Nhrl eSports driver James Killer, P7. Div 2 reserve driver filling for AlphaTauri as FR Dylan is unavailable today. George P8 for Mercedes. Oh, MDJ's actually spam coming out of the hairpin. And both of our original signing Ferrari drivers being unavailable today. I think Pitch is starting a karting championship over there in Canada, and DXS has had some kind of problem with his monitor, so none of the original Ferrari drivers available, but really good job for both cars being taken for today. H. Collins, P10 for Red Bull, filling in for Roll today, who couldn't make it, as well as a absent Raceway. Hakim, Div 2 Championship leader, starting P11 for Ferrari, and F1 Antics rounding out the grid today in P12. Are you able to...
I'm here.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're actually in the lobby now.
Yeah, I am. I am seeing them at Leroy go to AI mode.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I think the car would have been taking control anyway. Yeah, that's a little bit disappointing on the turnout, but we kind of saw it coming. The guys did give us plenty of notice, and I'm really begging for next week we can get a full grid, because it's going to mean a lot.
Why, what's happening next week?
You know when we head to USA next week?
Yeah.
It'll be Division 1's 100th race.
Oh! Already? Oh!
I don't know who we're waiting on, unless if Jamie went for another spin. Right,
Yeah.
lights are on.
Yeah, there we go. 5 red lights. And when they get moving, because they're still...
Lights out and away, they will spin. Good start from Leroy, that's a really good start. Minor contact in the background there. Who's gonna...
Oh, he's got wide! Look, Williams is through!
It's not all about the first corner, is it, Jamie? Yeah, particularly,
Yeah,
I think
helps.
all the drivers being very sensible, barring, I think 2 people running slightly wide.
Oh, well played, Hacken!
Yeah, Hakim is lagging a bit though. I don't think George is going to be too happy about that. So right on board with DJ though, who's got the podium in his sights. Shifters Merksey, championship leader, not here today. It should be an open door for him. Easy 25, maybe 26 points in the bag. But no, I've chosen...
Jamie.
He might get Cameron. Lee is definitely not a pushover, but historically, Leroy hasn't done too well around Japan. Yeah, he's had the odd podium and I think he has a win. But that's more or less down to he's either had mistakes himself or he has benefited from other people's mistakes. Which is kind of the nice thing about Japan. You don't really know who's going to win it, let alone the fact that it's absolutely pouring it down.
I take it it's going to like this the entire duration of the race.
Oh, definitely. It's a bit of a weird rainy season over there. It's a bit on and off with the rain.
Well, to be fair, July is Japan's rainy season.
Yeah, with the guys I've heard, like the Asian League races, they all say it's basically raining all the time over there. You're having a look, not really anywhere for him to go. Like I said, with it being a wet race all the way through, he's not going to have the luxury of DRS to maybe even give him a chance of getting into P1, so he's got to do it the old-fashioned way of trying to do it on track or through a corner. Oh, yeah, George, in the pits on lap 1, I didn't realise if he had damage.
Maybe he got damage from maybe the lagginess of hacking, like you say, or...
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, there's a fight here for 8. Oh, no, there isn't! Oh, don't
guys, calm it down, come on.
Why?
Slap 2 for God's sake. Collins in the grab, I would say he's got to be careful for Hacking, but Hacking's just kind of got to take avoiding action at this point. I don't know if Collins has had any damage. Yeah, he has. It's the end plate gone.
He did get quite close to the Ferrari when the Ferrari overtook him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's any damage on Hakim. I mean, Hakim doesn't look like he can get the power down coming out of the hairpin.
You know, last time we had a...
Oh, Collins runs wide.
Oh.
And Hakim is through. F1 Antics now challenging Collins. Go on, Jamie.
Yeah, last time we had a wet race, I think, but now I just realised, considering what track it is, I should probably ask him to.
Oh no!
King David! He's crashed at 130R!
I know it was at 130R. I don't see where that is. Bad luck there, Joe. Oh my god, yeah, that's what Collins basically. No, was it Collins? It was either Collins or F1 Antics did the exact same thing in qualifying.
Oh, that's BS!
Well, safety car, this is going to help bring George back into it, and Collins can change his wing.
Do you know what's just happened?
Well, what's up?
So, James has got a penalty.
Yeah, luckily he doesn't actually have any damage, but in Div 1 at least we can still remove the 5 second, and it is a bit BS out when it happens.
No, I mean, do you know why it's happened?
He crashed into King David's car after it had retired.
Yes.
I've had it happen before, it's just a stupid thing that coders need to sort out. I don't know if they ever will. No, it's just one of the things that it's like hard built into the game, you know. One of these league racing things that we've got to put up with.
I mean, too, if obviously we kind of bring it on ourselves and turning off ghosting, but...
Yeah, even if we had ghosting on, I've seen it happen before in leagues because there's not always the guarantee that a crashed out car will ghost. Although I'm surprised that James hit him in the first place because it looked like that King David was already off the track, unless if the collision had already happened and that's actually what caused him to DNF. So I wasn't on board with him, I was struggling to spot where he actually was.
No, from what I saw through the actual graphics, I know how the graphics in this game can be, but King David DNF'd and greyed out, and then the penalty came in.
Yeah, fair enough. I think he's gone through 130R, he had a bit of a tank slapper, overcorrected it, and then, you know, it's just smashed it in on the outside wall.
And in wet conditions, I'm not surprised that can happen.
No, honestly, it's really easily done. Which is a shame though, because he's come back off a podium from Russia last week, and now he's had like the first of the DNFs.
The highest and lowest league.
Yeah, racing. You know, well, it's not even league racing. I think, you know, that's Formula 1 in a nutshell. I think. Antics choosing to pit. I wonder what tyres he's going on.
I wonder. Oh my god, it's the wets. Oh.
I might be colourblind, but I'm seeing green pigment. No, sorry, they are the wets. I was actually struggling to see what colour those tyres were, though.
To be fair, sometimes this game does glitch out with what colour it shows when they're actually in their pit box.
Yep. Oh, Jamie, not allowed to take the safety car, mate.
You know, we would all love to if this clear F1 car.
Right, as well, under safety cars, have a look at biggest winners and losers off the start. Hack up 3 places, and you know, overall loser King David. But apart from that, not a lot of changes. Comments coming in thick and fast. It's probably one of our best attendances for people actually watching the stream, and thanks for the guys taking the time out to watch it. Yeah, Resify, I see it. Oh, I think Liam's there as well.
Oh, by the way, one more thing while it's on the safety car. Yeah, just follow the...
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, on in there. Oh.
Yeah, Jamie losing control going to the grass.
Yeah, just gonna slip this on in there if we're watching or what's it for yada. We are 1 sub away from 100, by the way.
Yeah, I know, it was annoying because I did make an announcement. I think it was after Singapore we reached 100 subs. Then about 3 people unsubbed.
Damn you.
I guess that's what I take for trying to get nice things on social media. Unless the people saw us and were like, hang on, who the hell are they? And they've just like unsubbed.
Maybe, when we actually do keep we should definitely do something for it, like us to go to a track or something.
Well, we technically we've already had it. I've still got the screenshot of when we had the 100 subs. So anyone watching, if you're not subscribed, please do. And if you are the new 100th sub, without unsubbing then subbing again, let us know. We might be able to do something nice, but we'll see what happens. Like with green flag racing again, Jamie having an okay start, as I think most of the grid hours, not really anywhere they can go. And I'm just going to run board with them DJ because he was slowly catching Cameron just before the safety car came out. But literally the worst conditions you could be racing in an F1 car, barring on ice. But they might as well be, especially through the high elevation changes of Sector 1.
Yeah, I will say Sector 1 is like the main killer for you, it seems, with people going off when the tyre life goes off. But add that with absolutely soaked, then it's even worse.
It's not even the high degree corners, because I take, you know, the likes of the S's, Dunlop, the Hairpin, Spoon, you're gonna have to slow down to take them anyway. It's these little sort of kinky corners like the Degners 130R turn 1. You have a snap of oversteer, you're in the barrier.
To be fair, in like the snaky in that section, and that can be quite water. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, definitely. I'm on board with Hakim. Hakim is catching his teammate. Hopefully he can make a move quite soon.
Ferrari action.
Ferrari, and surprisingly, they've got the AlphaTauri James ahead of them. For James to be ahead of them, I'm not surprised, but, you know, different in terms of a constructor standpoint. Considering under normal circumstances, the Ferraris this season have absolutely warped AlphaTauri's second driver. But as a team, they've done really well. AlphaTauri's still second in the constructors, most down to the efforts of Cameron Dowds, but FR Dillon he's not exactly a pushover. He's been getting the points he needs to, and yeah, well, even though we've got nothing on offer for the second place constructor, but it's still a monumental team effort. Yeah, the gap at the front is a bit getting closer, then it's dropping back a bit. What I would like to see, if this might be Jamie's first race with us this season, previous driver with us before, multi-time race winner, actually a constructors winner as well after the disqualification of one of the Red Bull drivers at the end of season 4, and that inherited Ferrari the constructors. Yeah, this guy, no pushover whatsoever, but I don't know. I don't know where he's found this pace from, because from what I'm aware of, he doesn't race as much as he used to. He's binned us off for another league for Friday. He just happens to be free, and you know, if he has the time, there's an open door for him to come back. And what way to come back? I still stand by the fact of when Jamie, he was under a different gamer tag in season 4, but his drive from China last season is one of the best things I've ever seen in league racing. He had a quali ban for retiring on track in Vietnam in that season. Therefore, starting from the back, he was like 19th, and he ended up winning the race. If I remember, I think China that season was quite rain affected, but anyone who's got the time, if you want another hour and a half to kill after this, go back and watch Division 1 Season 4 at Shanghai. It was a hell of a performance there from Jamie.
And we have similar conditions, so...
Yeah, similar, slightly worse, but I don't know, if Jamie does end up winning the race, probably ask him if there's more of a fan of the wet conditions than in the dry. Gonna head back down to the Ferrari pair, because again they've gotten closer. Hakim all over the rear end of his teammate now. I don't know whether the Carps would be thinking team orders, but they've kind of got to be careful. But oh, Hakim! Bloody hell. I'm going to say, you can't really afford a mistake, and that's allowed the Mercedes through.
What happened there?
Tank sap on traction.
I don't see that often in this game.
You hardly see the rat races. That's Collins. He's gone off at Spoon. He's in the barrier. That's the end plate gone. Hopefully he's not going to rage quit from this. We know that. Was that the end plate? I saw something go off.
Well, he looks fine.
Yeah, probably just a huge bit of debris then.
Leroy, the fast half of the race.
Extra point coming his way. Hopefully it's really difficult race out there for. Oh no, Harley has crashed. Another safety car.
Well, it's going to be our day today, isn't it?
Maybe the guys would want to consider pitting.
What? To be fair, I was originally going to say that obviously obviously there is an option when it's fully wet and that you don't necessarily have to pit, but being the track it is, you would have to pit at some point, and maybe it would be now.
Well, you know, cheap pit stop. If they do pit, the wets can easily make it well over 50% race distance. And believe it or not, I know we've still got about 5-6 laps away from being halfway. I know the wets will do it, so if they pit now, they're free to push until the end. Oh, Atlantics.
Being under safety car.
I don't really like this safety car delta thing. I think if safety car comes out, yeah, don't overtake, but you should still be able to catch up, so it's kind of like the whole point of it.
Well, you
but
it
like also
under a certain delta.
Yeah, I know, but no, I do understand at the same time it neutralises the race. It's supposed to stop people gaining anything until it's the first proper lap behind the safety car where they can all catch up. Is that another drive-through penalty?
Yeah.
Slow down, man. Let's back off a bit. Is Jamie coming in? He is. Leroy in. Cameron in.
In. And
Yeah,
DJ in.
Jamie,
March.
are you coming in by any chance?
Yeah.
Please just someone stay out. Give us something to look forward to.
James and Cops and Georgie.
Well, they don't have a choice,
and
do they?
F1 Antics.
The teammates from the pits, but I would have thought they had enough of a gap. They would have stayed out. And George up into P3. Go on, lad.
And he also doesn't have a penalty out of those four who didn't. Yay.
Yeah, are these... Yeah, they're all 5 seconds. Those are going to be removed anyway.
Apart from maybe the speeding under the safety car one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for F1 Antics because I doubt he can even... Well, I think he could have pitted to change his tyres, but you can't... You can serve stop goes under safety car. You can't serve drive-throughs. Got to wait for green flag racing.
Sure, and if he doesn't, that's even more penalty.
I've just realised that 90% race distance will be lap 24, so as long as they make it to lap 24, they're all going to get points.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Now, watch under the safety car. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Anyone watching, I don't know if you're supporting any particular driver or if you've got anything to comment on of the early action of the race. Let us know what you think or who you're supporting here tonight. I've just realised when the safety car comes in, but as long as these guys stay out, which I hope they do, as Jamie being caught in traffic, it's going to allow all of these guys to catch up. It's either going to be really entertaining or it's going to be a hell of a plane crash. Didn't even catch if the safety car coming in. I think the lights are still on. I think we're going for one more. Yeah, they'll be out for one more. Anyone going to pit behind? No, the top four stay out. Hello, Cameron's dad. Yeah, mate, your lads in P7, hopefully easy podium tonight, and I think he's probably going to have to explain to you about the end of July and free pizza for the family. I'll leave that for him to explain. Not really a lot to discuss at the minute. Let's have a look at biggest winners and losers again. No worries, man. What's that overall? Biggest winner from the safety car, F1 Antics. So top four still need to pit. I think George has pitted. That was kind of lap 1 for damage, so will need to pit again. But these wets, they should have a fairly usable amount of tyre life left. I bet they're only 30, maybe, yeah, 30-35% worn. They'll be good for a while yet, but probably not going to be ideal for the likes of Jamie or Leroy behind. The pace difference is so advantageous going through turn 1. These guys ahead, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up like losing the back end, running wide at turn 1. Could get really tight, and probably something these guys behind can't really avoid, so I'm really looking forward to when the safety car comes in. Safety car in, the lights are off and it pulls away. James Killer now the next safety car. Hopefully everyone has a fairly safe restart. I don't think the guys want any more 5-second penalties than they already have. See, Div 2 still trying to earn back this luxury of these mistakes do happen, but Division 2 as a league division need to earn the privilege back after people have been either misbehaving that badly or exploiting it. But it's a really bad restart there from James. He's had to force the Mercedes on the brakes. Jamie going past F1 Antics, shook it down the inside, as does Leroy, and it's only Cameron Dowd's been stuck behind the Renault. He's going to want to get past that Renault immediately, but we're going to have to focus on the guys at the front. Like I predicted, it's a huge cluster of cars going through the start of the S's section. Cops leading the race, so James dropping down this now, Taramis out! James Clit is out of the race, has taken a McLaren of T0 off the track. Cameron Dowd's up into P4, MDJ James all around as well. Luckily that was only an off-track excursion there for Leroy, but I know he's got the pace to claw his way back through the field.
We're going to have to check for damage on cars.
Yeah, more than one car involved in that. Not a lot James could have done though, being in P2. He lost the back end. Like, I predict George is off as well. George on clipping the outside barrier going into the hairpin. No damage on the Mercedes, probably a lime green wing has been knocked, but it shouldn't be too bad. So now the two Mercedes teammates will be closing in on each other. I'm going to have to stick on board with Cameron Dowds, currently net P2, waiting for Carps, currently leading the race to pit. The win's there, man. You just got to overtake the Williams. How much
Jamie
do you want it?
Damage.
Does he?
Yeah, left hand plate.
Yeah, this guy's look is unbelievable, but huge opportunity here then for Cameron. Would be then for MDJ too. Trying to hold it around the final corner. Jamie just seems like a little bit more confidently on the exit. I think coming on the straights, Jamie's car will be okay, but it'll be through turn 1 where we should see the AlphaTauri claw back the at least 2/10 deficit lost. You'll see that gap is coming down. It should come down even more on the exit, and Cameron's gonna he's going to be stuck behind him now for the first sector. Let's see if he can really exploit the weakness of the Williams.
Is there any weakness to find?
Oh, it's that bad. It's like, it appears to be go-kart speed, as you see MDJ clawing back as well, trying to make his way firmly up on the podium.
So he was able to stick that close to him and to slightly gain him because of that slight damage he has there. What makes him you're cornering them like turn in circle a little bit awkward.
No, it's all good. This is the sort of stuff we want to see. It's not really about how these mistakes happen, it's how old you come back from them.
I mean, to be fair, like, slight minor damage, that's bearable.
Is it just gameplay or has he lost more? Just in play shouldn't be too bad.
I think it's just gameplay.
Should be okay for Jamie to carry on. Hopefully he doesn't pit, doesn't really have a reason to. He's still ahead of Cameron. I wish I could say historically Jamie doesn't really give up on wins, but his racing record would say otherwise. I think there's they've really caught up to Carps now. I don't know if that's the tyre difference or if Carps has had a moment himself.
I think
Carps going defensive already. Look at that, he's just letting them through. He's letting the top three through. Very kind of you.
I think it's not a fire, but surely you were like, go on then, I'll have you.
I think he knows anyway. Hopefully Carps will still bring home good points for Ferrari. And P4 and P6 with a Scuderia and still yet to be decided at the end of this rain affected Suzuka.
Oh, F1 takes his pitted.
Don't know if he... Oh yeah, he hadn't actually pitted at the time.
Oh, that Williams, it looks like it's proper struggling there in Sector 1.
I was more worried for him about... oh no, F1 Antics has got some drive-throughs, hasn't he?
Oh yeah.
So he's got to come in twice. Just carry on, man, you're still going to get points. Just don't give up whatever you do. You know, we've had 2 safety cars in like, what, 10 laps. Not out of the question if there'd be a third. Just don't be the one to cause it.
Well, I feel like if there wasn't a safety car and that Jamie would take the opportunity to Jamie to win.
Definitely. I wouldn't put it past him. If Jamie thinks he's as good as he thinks he is, box now, change the wing, go to the end, catch everyone up again.
And if he was able to do that,
he's just a mobile blockade at this point for the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, it's like a McLaren
would be really nice for Cameron to have back-to-back wins, getting his first Nhrl win in Russia last week.
That was an incredible race.
Sorry, I've got round board with Jamie. That AlphaTauri engine is absolutely horrific to listen to.
Why, does it have an engine glitch or something?
Yeah, it's like it's basically maxing out in gear 3 and 4. I think like last year's game, it was the anniversary edition of Codemasters 10 years making the game. They still can't make it properly.
Yeah, and maybe it's going to be worse because EA.
I think as a product, the games are going to get better. I think people are misunderstanding the level of input that EA has with Codemasters. They say for their stuff, oh god, there's a Ferrari round. That is Carps' spanner under the bridge.
That's tyre life, that is.
Tyre life, you've seen his front wing, it's been chewed off. It might as well be. Just the plank left of it on the left hand side. I would say I don't know how it's done. I don't know. I haven't really thought, because Degner 2 is that slow. I don't think it's a particularly challenging thing, even in these conditions. Leroy's 3 second, exploiting the track limits at the Degners. Hopefully that McLaren's still in one piece, which it is. Oh, Gaffer, Cameron and Jamie coming down lap after lap, but Cameron still can't find a way past. Hopefully he's trying to look after his ERS, which him and Jamie, I think they are about neck and neck. But Cameron, I'd say just save it, man. Stay behind him, then go for a massive lunge later. You know you've got the pace and you know he's got a wounded car. Why not wait till his tyres die off toward the end? Make life easy for yourself, man.
To be fair though, does Cameron know that and that Williams is wounded?
Well, he should know something's up if he's going this slow. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. I'm sure there's someone in his household to let him know that the Williams does have damage.
Well, not even be able to tell. I mean, of course, there's also the option of you can just ask Jeff about the car in front. But...
Yeah, surely if it. Oh, little look.
Ah!
Jamie, don't report that to the stewards. It's only minor wheel banging. Oh no, that's actually from Cameron's men right off. MDJ nearly got them coming out of the hairpin.
Yeah. Reset. Recharge.
Right. He was right to go for the gap, but you can't really be forcing your way past.
Reset. Recharge.
He hasn't really lost out much, really. I mean, any high-speed corner, Jamie's going to have to lift off. Would be very nice for him to bring that Williams home for a win. It would be, for this season, Williams' first win of the season for Nhrl.
The first time I've seen a Williams win for a while.
Now, I've seen it in other leagues, but other leagues can sort themselves out. MDJ looks like the gap was almost there for MDJ. Tried it around the outside. He's got a good exit speed coming out of turn 2.
Cameron and MDJ. There's the title.
They just can't go anywhere. I bet both. I would not put it past them if they're both screaming at Jamie to move out the bloody way.
So Carps is trying to overtake F1 Antics twice. We're looking at that.
Well, hopefully those guys. Let's go right on board with them actually. F1 Antics getting passed through on the inside of 130 yard. Good move, man. Carps back around the outside, maybe into the chicane. Surely not. No, he's got to tuck in. Slide has cost him a bit of time.
Remember, this is the battle for last.
Yeah, is he going to stay ahead going into turn 1? You'd think so. I would say force him around the outside, make him drive further, but it's the faster line.
Oh.
Very close here between the two rival constructors.
I am so worried here.
Just got to sit behind again. I don't know whether to keep watching them or to give more of the airtime to Cameron, because I don't think anything's going to happen unless if Jamie will be the one to do something.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Carps!
Carps, I know it's really difficult, but please keep going, man. You're in a points position, don't let your teammate down. More importantly, don't let DXS down, otherwise I think he'll be very angry.
Oh, he's on again!
Oh my god.
He's going to rage quit, I can just tell.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't. Go on, man, keep going. Pits are only half a lap away. Oh, why's there a yellow flag for Leroy? Leroy's wing's gone!
Whoa!
He's had a moment at Spoon. The entire wing has departed the McLaren.
What the god?
Anyway, Cameron Dowds catching Jamie again from sector 1. Still can't find a way past. What can he do? He just can't get past. I think I'm going to have to go down there. Leroy, oh my god, Leroy. He's actually done the same as King David and Collins, but he's still in the race.
You know, I'm actually surprised that that Cops didn't end his race at that crash.
Yeah, I think well, Leroy being a multi-league champion, Cops would not mind trying to beat him. I beg you don't retire the car. He is basically fighting for himself, but... Oh no. I missed that.
Oh no.
I'm going to run board with Jamie and see if I can see what happens. That's another safety car. That's what Jamie needs. Every car can box out. Another fresher set of wet tyres. They've been on them for nearly 10 laps.
Oh,
Jamie kind of has to go for the pit. Cameron doesn't have to. He doesn't. Jamie's choosing to stay. He thinks he can do this with a damaged car.
Well, like I said, minor damage isn't that bad. It's just a minor inconvenience.
Jamie, that safety cars came out right in the nick of time for Leroy, because I don't know if Leroy has pitted, but he shouldn't be letting the cars through under safety car. As long as Lee could have caught the safety car, he should have been able to unlap himself.
he's doing that.
I hope he can get past. I mean, I would say it's going to cause traffic for Jamie, but Leroy is going to have to give up the positions eventually. Yeah, Leroy, I don't know if you're allowed to take the safety car, but I'd say do it anyway. He's been disqualified. 4 points, was it really worth it?
I think just hit the safety car.
I think his race were done and dusted at that point.
Well,
yeah,
I definitely describe Lee as an up and down driver in terms of performance.
No, but believe it or not, he's actually one of the most competent drivers I've seen. But when it comes to safety cars, he can be questionable. Yeah, well, he's still young. I think only Cameron is the next youngest driver on the Nhrl grid. Yeah, no points from McLaren. Again, really good opportunity for MDJ, but what can he do? It's not like the people in front of him should be difficult. I know MDJ does have the pace to try and get past Cameron. There's almost no excuse for both of these cars to try and get past Jamie. If they're not careful, Hakim is going to be knocking on the door as well. I've seen Hakim beat Shifters Merksy, the championship leader, on track before.
Can he do it to another remote runner?
I won't put it past him if Hakim can try and get past all three of them. He's got pace, but we saw that mistake earlier in the race. A little bit of a tank slapper down the main straight earlier, and lost the position to one of the Mercedes, but bad luck striking the Mercedes again of George, but both Mercedes really healthy points in the bag, P5 and P6. Like I said, they're all still going to need to get to lap 24 to make the 90% rule of scoring points, so at the moment only 7 drivers going to score points today.
Do you expect the safety car to come in this lap?
No, not unless if F1 Antics can catch back up. And I think he should, but they are quite a way around.
Well, he's had to cross the line.
He's not a lap down, is he? He was close with his drive-throughs, but I think he made it through, whereas Leroy didn't. But hey, like I said with Carps, technically with Lee's disqualification, Carps has beaten him. They just didn't make the race finish.
Well done. That time gap between Antics and George is coming down rapidly now. So he's catching.
Yeah, I wouldn't really put it past any one of guys like being caused damage. I think what I'm trying to say is it should be a fairly easy one for the stewards. Like there's small little contacts beyond the safety car, but the people who were affected by that, they're not running in the race anymore. The safety car should be in. Hopefully Atlantics isn't going to be that far behind.
25 seconds.
Like I say, either way, with his 3-second penalty, it's just going to make his life a little bit more difficult. Yeah, it should have came in, so Atlantics will catch back up. I need another drink, man.
How come I never get the damn graphics for safety car?
It happens sometimes, doesn't it? To be fair, I'm just amazed that the stream's still going on. My internet over the last few days, it's just been dying for like no reason. This is the longest in the last 72 hours that my internet stayed online.
Well, we know what happens if you randomly go badoosh.
Well, if I'm not here, then there probably wouldn't even be a stream at all, because I still need to try and get another extended storage for my PS4, just for things in the capture gallery. For I mean, all of my old league races were on there, and then I kind of forget that storage isn't infinite, which is why I'm live streaming my own races now. I could upload all of them, but at the same time I don't want the quality to be ruined of them. I like a little treasure trove either on a hard drive or something.
Over the many years of playing this game, Connor.
Yep.
Yeah. What like driver you've done in a race that made you go, whoa, that was nice?
Probably my second win in another league around Japan. For some reason, this league ran regular corner cutting, and somehow these guys who were, bear in mind that they weren't pushovers at all, they were, if anything, just shy of esports pace. I mean, there were some really rapid guys in that league. There was a safety car with like 5 laps left, come in, 2 lap sprint. Somehow, like, I started that restart in 4th, and the guys in front of me, they all had 3 seconds. The leader had a 6-second penalty, and I made the most of the regular corner cut, and I had no warnings all race, so I straight lined the chicane, got my only warning, and I went from, they all crossed the line, oh yeah, GG on the podium, and then they just see me pop across the line with no penalties, and I won the race.
Good evening.
Technically cheating, but that's why leagues should run strict corner cutting, so things like that can't happen. Anyway, about to go green flag again, hopefully for 7 consecutive laps now, until the end. Yeah, I think we'll be running out of time for another safety car. That's actually a really good restart there from Jamie. Oh, Atlantic barging his way past Hakim. Hakim probably one of the worst restarts of the guys on the grid. And DJ is desperately trying to make inroads on Cameron Dowds, but the two Mercedes are under attack from F1 Antics. They're also trying to fight each other.
We have got to remember, Antics does have the penalty.
Yeah, like I said, he can pull away. Whether he does or not is another matter.
I'm just trying to place your bets. Will this Williams hold up that Alpha?
All I can say to Cameron is I'm going to sound like Jeff, but manage your tyres. Tyre wear is going to be absolutely critical at this point. Is he going to go around the outside of the hairpin? Go on, man. No, Jamie covers him off. Yeah, track position proving absolutely vital. If he's going to go for move, he's got to force a gap. Spoon. And this could be it in Spoon. Jamie covers him off again.
Yeah. Minor damage. It's just a minor inconvenience.
Cameron just rich and overtake, but Jamie can also do the same, so it's going to be cancelled out. Maybe a slipstream. Does he dare go for the inside move of 130R?
He thought about it.
Yes, in the dry, not in these conditions though. Jamie covering off the inside. Oh, it's actually moving in the braking zone. That's a bit naughty.
Naughty.
There's been not great is Cameron having another tank slapper. Really needed to maintain that gap going into turn 1.
He can't get past, can he?
No.
Is this a combination of brilliant driving or just the nature of the track? I can't tell anymore.
Well, you could say that. Well, I think if this was a dry race, Jamie would have started that safety car restart at the back, because if you're walking wounded around here with the wet, if anything, the wet will be helping Jamie because all the speeds are reduced. I've got people cheering on AlphaTauri in the comments. Hope you're enjoying this fight, Dylan. Hope you're okay. Didn't actually catch a reason for your absence, but your teammate trying it round the outside of the hairpin again. He needs to challenge more of Jamie. Go on, they've made minor contact. Cameron's still there. He's got the drive. He's got the drive. Cameron, is he going through? Jamie showed the will to go through Spoon.
It's not through yet. How did he not make it past? I thought he was through.
I think this is all a learning curve for Cameron. He knows where he can place the car. He knows that the Williams has to slow down so much for the hairpin. He's going to try and make his presence known. round the outside of
Outside of
130R.
130R.
Is he? He's got to commit to it. He does.
Don't do that.
What a move!
Oh my God, he's doing it!
Go on.
was
The
it,
little
there's
left
an
tap
inside
into
here.
the chicane.
Oh my God!
Fighting again, Jamie. Just please keep it clean, man. It's all I ask.
I'm
Top
so
three,
clean,
keep
but
it
there's
clean.
a DJ.
Excellent racing.
How is he not passed yet?
Oh, it's surely one that's going to be down to the wire. FR Dylan, if you've got any words for your teammate, what are your thoughts on his drive so far?
Just cheer, Alpha, Alpha.
Alpha, Tauri, Alpha. Let's not take the effort away. Jamie's still driving a solid race. Like, he does, like, he's in a Williams and it's bloody damaged, and he's holding off the person
Jesus Christ.
who is third, I believe, in the drivers' standings.
It's incredible.
Oh, the scene's old Jamie running a little bit deep there. Cameron's
Right.
sticking his wing in again. Just gotta wait for someone like that to happen.
Antics for overtaken by Hacken.
I said Jamie not pitting after early wing damage. If I'm on it, was it the spin with James where he got that wing damage from?
Do you know when James span out
Yeah.
after one of the restarts?
Yeah.
In his wobble and going off, there was a bit of contact with Jamie. I think that's what caused it.
Yeah, like minor contact, but at those speeds, minor contact. You know, 100 miles an hour in these cars is nothing, but it's something you can't really ignore.
I think he's probably going to have to stay close, but think of your Rs, and then I think the last lap's going to be fun.
Our last lap's going to be absolutely mental. Oh, Cameron trying to get through at the S's. Go on, mate. Force that gap. Force
he's
the
on
gap.
gas!
Don't spin
he's
him.
still
Don't
there!
spin him.
Oh!
Oh, this is a very, very dangerous game Jamie is playing. Oh, tank slapper there from MDJ.
And if something happens between these two, MGJ will nick it.
Can't imagine the pressure going through these guys right now. All I can say to Cameron is, he's got a damaged car, man. Like, come on. But also to Jamie, just keep doing what you're doing. It's worked for the last 20 odd laps. I'm sure it can last another 3. Right, also the exit spoon is one of Jamie's weaknesses, but as soon as he's got that bit of straight track, that's it, he's in front. Cameron needs to keep the pressure on. Just him being there is enough to maybe force Jamie into a mistake, but he really needs that inside line into the chicane. Oh, Jamie goes really deep at the chicane again. Cameron's got to lift off so he doesn't hit him. This is surely the closest chance he's got. He's fighting his car. Look, it's just switching left and right for the final corner. And
I think he's going to hold it into turn 1 again.
Yeah, the thing is, both drivers are really losing their ERS now.
Need to think about us.
MDJ is slightly better in the ERS department, but I don't know if he's close enough to make any type of challenge.
Remember, this does also have the possibility of going south quick and all 3 of them hitting each other.
Yeah, could you imagine it? Amidst the Mercedes 1-2.
Oh wow, imagine that.
Yeah. I don't even think we've ever had a Mercedes 1-2 in NHRO. It was just me grabbing the wins at the time.
Take a point.
I'm sure we've had a 1-2 before, but it's not been a common sight at all. I'm pretty sure out of the 3 years we've been doing this game, if you remember, I think the most successful team is actually Renault.
Okay, we've entered the main straight.
I thought you were going to say we've entered the calm period.
Oh, he's on the outside!
Go on, mate, just force it through.
Oh,
Oh my god. Go on, mate, the inside line. Oh, mate, I'd have just dived it in there.
How the God's name did he manage to catch that?
And DJ struggling as well. Again,
How did he catch that? That was an amazing catch.
It's actually one of the benefits of being on a wheel. You can catch huge slides like that.
Oh, of course it's good.
Yeah, but Jamie on a pad, I'm pretty sure if it was Jamie trying to attack, he would have lost the car.
I know, I'm a pad user too, don't have to tell me that.
I know from experience, like, I'm pretty sure we both had wet races around here and it's ended in tears at least more than once for both of us.
Yep. Oh my god. Which way is this going to go, Connor?
I don't know. I don't think there's a lot more these guys can do at the front. But I tell you what, Jamie has really learnt to cope with the pressure. I don't really see what more Cameron can do besides doing what he's done again. Either try it around the outside of the hairpin or needs to be even more aggressive going through 130R. But it would help him more. If he's just that little bit closer, he needs to be alongside. But with both cars being level on ERS, maybe level on fuel as well, that you can't really get it. Like, he's going to tuck in behind, but again, can't go anywhere. He's just got to stay to the right hand side, coming out of 130R, send it into the chicane. Yep, covers off. Oh,
he's touched!
Oh god. I thought we were a bit more than a light touch. No damage on the AlphaTauri.
Oh, that's a wobble! Oh my god! Last lap!
Yeah, final lap, it's do or die now for Cameron.
I bet you there's going to be screw it in that kind of situation, isn't there? There's going to be a screw it move, isn't it?
I guess so. Do you know what I mean though? There's not much more anyone can really do. All down to the top three and how they choose to finish the race.
Oh, maybe? No. This is what we want to see, Connor.
Yep. Going through a spoon again. Well, this is what he needs. This is the gap that Cameron needs. Power, come on, man.
Power!
Around the outside 130R, hopefully. Oh, they're both dead on the ERS though. Jamie just able to stay ahead.
MDJ!
Oh my god. Cameron, come on, round the outside, man. No, he's just going to run out of grip. He's going to run out of track.
No!
Jamie on his one-off return. He's going to come across the line. He's going to win the Japanese Grand Prix. Cameron Dowd's P2 and MDJ P3 for Renault. Gap to shifters has been brought down, but not in the way that MDJ would have liked.
Oh my god. Or at least it keeps showing shit for another race, maybe.
Well, that was brutally tight. So brutal. Take us back to the old Nhrl days. Who needs 20 car grids to have good racing?
Oh dear Christ.
A quick look at the race director for the stewards. That should be a fairly easy one, unless if the guys have got anything to comment about. Leroy the fastest lap, but who's going to be the next person to have it?
I believe...
Cameron?
It's Cameron.
Yeah, so Cameron will inherit the fastest lap point. Your full rundown then. Jamie, with this one-off return for Williams, winning the Japanese Grand Prix. Cameron Dowd's P2. The gap being brought closer between him and MDJ. P2, really good drive though. MDJ P3 for Renault, closing the gap down between his teammate. Jay Marsh, really good performance. P4 for Mercedes, and it's P4-5 for Mercedes. Hakim on his reserve role for Ferrari, P6 for the Scuderia, as F1 Antics rounds out the final points paying position today in P7 for Renault. Your non-finishers were 8th place for Carps, 9th for James Killer, 10th for H. Collins, and then King David being the first to crash out, with Tay Zeroy being disqualified for trying to overtake the safety car and unlap himself.
Well, I gotta say something, Connor.
Go for it.
Just for giving us that race. Oh my god, arigato Japan.
Arigato indeed. Alright, I'm gonna get them in. Yeah, Indigo, I don't know if you're watching or if anyone knows, I hope Indigo is available for the post-race interview. I hope I've spelt his game attack right. Yeah, there we go. Huh? Yeah. I say he's been in before. He's won, and he's a bit like a pogo stick, but at the minute he's yet to come back down. Oh, why have they all got such long gamer tags? Mate, I've got like over 300 friends and 50 of them are online. It would take me ages to get through them all.
Why the hell do you have that many?
They're all league races, mate.
God damn it, Connor. Here's camera.
The perks of being in American leagues, all the Americans want to be friends with the Europeans.
I think all three of them have just joined.
Excellent. Are we good to go, guys?
Yes.
Check your settings though.
Excellent. You're all answering at the same time too. I'm going to start off with you, MDJ. You think it was a little bit of a missed opportunity today with your teammate not shown in? Good drive on the podium though, but surely bittersweet. Could have been more.
I mean, it also could have been less, if you ask me, because Jamie, Lee, and Cameron are all three quicker than me. But thanks to Jamie having a bit of front wing damage and Lee getting a DSQ, I was able to keep myself close to the guys. So yeah, I take this as a win. I take this as a win.
To be fair, I think you're all winners for surviving the conditions around here. But more about the race itself. Was it a case of stick behind your rivals, see if they were going to make mistakes, or I doubt you could really afford to have been sending it like Cameron was, but yeah, how's the competition on track out there today?
I mean, yeah, I was kind of sticking behind, but at some point I wanted to overtake him as well. I tried to, but it did not succeed whatsoever. So yeah, for the rest of the race, it was a good race, clean race. So yeah.
Yeah, really good drive though. I said P3, but I think you'll take it from today. I'm going to move on to P2 then. Cameron, I don't really know what to say, man. I'm a bit gutted, but I'm also proud of all three of you, to be honest. Probably wasn't easy at all, but yeah, same questions as MDJ really. Tell us about your race and how was it like out there today? Was it really that difficult? It looked like you were fighting the wheel a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult. When Jamie got the damage, I've seen it and I didn't see his wing fully, and then I was like, oh, does he have damage? And then when I got closer, I seen he did. And it was just a matter of, you know, trying to get past him at opportunistic places, but couldn't make it stick. I ended up in the grass quite a few times because I went for a few late lunges, but yeah, it was a fun race, but it sounds a bit weird to be disappointed to come second in a wet Japan race because it took a lot of effort, but I think I could have definitely won today given the right opportunities. But yeah, it was a really good race between me, Mikey, Jamie and Lee until he got disqualified, but yeah, now on to the next one, I guess.
Yeah, it's a shame about the win. I think a lot of us were rooting for you, but surely it's got to be the sweetest P2 you've ever had.
Yeah, it was. I felt like I earned it a decent amount, but again, there was so many opportunities to get past. It was kept trying to go around the outside, but Jamie defended the inside and then kept going back to the outside. Nothing wrong with that, but yeah, good defence from him. And yeah, not much else to say.
That's pretty much it from me. Gamey, you got anything to add?
Well, I didn't ask or lead or anything.
No, I'm going to move on to the winner. Jamie, are you here?
Yeah, mate.
Pretty much the same questions again, but more so the way you got your damage when that happened. One, I'm surprised you kept going, and two, I'm more amazed you've even won the race. I would say how were the conditions, but surely your car must have felt horrible.
Understeering through every single corner. Yeah, basically qualifying was my only practice, so as you said, I don't know if you saw, but most of my laps I did, made a few mistakes, kept pushing the limits of the car in the wet conditions, and yeah, when I got that pole lap, I got took off by Lee. I was pretty happy not to be too far behind. But on the race, yeah, it was very difficult. Managed to get Lee off the start because I think Lee had more pace than me today because he was right behind me before the safety car period, and sadly for him, he got caught up in an incident up front because James spun ahead of us, and I managed to avoid James, but Lee didn't see James, so he hit James and collected my front wing. So I thought I was out the race, but the damage was yellow, and it was so difficult to handle because those corners I had to go slowly. Then Cameron and Mikey, Cameron helped me through the corners, getting for more speed. But yeah, that was extremely difficult and fully concentrated on the whole of it because at any time I could have spun, I could have made a few mistakes, I could have outburnt myself. But Cameron put a lot of pressure on me at the second half of the race, and it was extremely difficult. I can't do it again, I really can't, because it pushed my mental capabilities of what I could actually do when I'm under pressure, and you saw what I could do when I'm under pressure, and managed to defend, not go through too wide, not hit each other that much. But yeah, fair play to Cameron. No, I know he's quite disappointed, but he put up a very good fight. And so yeah, same to Mikey as well, because Mikey was in third place, and very difficult to keep those two behind. But overall, I'm very happy this one-off race. Yes, feel sorry for Leroy, but hopefully he'll come back stronger for the next one, which he will do.
Yeah, it was really nice seeing you back as well. I can only echo what Jamie said to Cameron and Mikey. Don't be disheartened at all with not having the win today. But yeah, I think the only thing I wanted to ask again was more to do with wet weather. You're more confident in the wet than you are in the dry?
No.
Definitely.
Nah.
Clearly not. Sorry.
I love the wet because it's really good for fighting. Well, for me at least, it's really good for fighting. I'm really confident in the wet, but it's just the same in the dry really. But a little bit more confident in the dry, obviously, because it's not as difficult as the wet. So yeah.
Well, the rain came down today and it's absolutely saved you. But well, there was another thing I was going to say as well. I was remembering your drive from China last season in similar conditions, and that was a decent race. So you've drove really well today. You proved to me you've still got it. The amount of pressure that Cameron was spotting you must have been incredible as well. But also, this is definitely one of the the better side of you that I've seen in terms of league racing.
Yeah, he pushed me so much. It's like I could have gave up any time. I really wanted to because I was getting really tired and just defending all the time and just managing the EOS. I knew in the corners I could save it, but when it came to the straight, I was almost out, and that's my biggest worry.
Yeah, no worries. Gamey, have you got any final words to say?
Just like obviously, well done to our podium, drivers, and well done, getting the win on this return. Hopefully, maybe not just a one-off, but obviously repeat what I said. Arigato for Japan, to Japan there for giving us one hell of a wet race there. That was the type of battling that we want to see week in, week out, and hopefully it'll remain the same when we go to our next track, which is the USA.
Cheers, mate. And Gamey, do you remember when I blew my gearbox up in that race a year ago?
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, we're definitely going to bring that up next week. I'm going to have to round it off here, guys. Yeah, that said, at the start next week of the United States Grand Prix at COTA, it is Division 1's 100th Grand Prix, so I really would appreciate if everyone, like as humanly possible, could turn up, try and bump numbers up to a full grid, and I expect nothing less. I really want to mark the occasion, considering it is our test track as well. I really would like people to be more competent around there. As for Nhrl activity for the next week, you enjoyed what you've seen here today. Division 2 will be taken to Suzuka on Thursday, and this is the first race of Japan week for Nhrl. World Endurance guys, you're heading to Fuji on Tuesday. That said, Division 1 next week, USA, don't miss it. It's 100th Grand Prix. See you next week at COTA.